Ladies and gentlemen, there is a truth that once you realize it, changes everything. It's a simple truth, but one that holds the key to unlocking a life of abundance, peace and creation. That truth is this: your words are the architects of your reality. Your words are more than just sounds or symbols. They are the very building blocks of the world you experience. Every word you speak, whether in conversation to yourself or in prayer, carries immense creative power. The idea that your word creates your reality is not simply a metaphor. It is a fundamental truth about how the universe operates. When you truly understand this, you will begin to realize that the life you are living is a direct reflection of the words you have spoken, consciously or unconsciously. The moment you speak, you release a vibration into the universe, one that aligns with your internal state. Words are not mere noise, they are frequencies, energy that travels through the air and impacts the world around you. What you speak aligns with your beliefs, your emotions, and your subconscious programming. Every statement you make reinforces the circumstances you find yourself in, whether you realize it or not. When you say, "I am not good enough," or "I will never succeed," you are planting seeds of limitation and failure. Those words then find their way into your reality, creating circumstances that reflect that belief. On the other hand, when you speak words of affirmation, belief, and positivity, you begin to create a reality that mirrors those words. When you say, "I am worthy," or "I am successful," you are sowing seeds of empowerment. The universe, which is a mirror of your inner world, begins to reflect these positive affirmations back to you in the form of opportunities, events, and relationships that align with your beliefs. Your words shape your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions shape your actions. This is the creative process, and it all begins with the words you speak. This principle is not limited to words spoken out loud. The words you speak internally have just as much power. What you tell yourself in the quiet of your own mind is just as influential in shaping your life. If you spend your days telling yourself that things are hard, that you can't do it, or that life is unfair, you are reinforcing a mindset of struggle and limitation. If, however, you shift those internal dialogues to ones of gratitude, possibility, and strength, your life will begin to reflect those beliefs. It's essential to recognize that the words you speak do not just shape your immediate environment, but influence the trajectory of your life. The language you use reflects your self-image, your level of self-worth, and your understanding of what is possible for you. If you constantly speak of lack, scarcity, or misfortune, you are solidifying the belief that those things are a permanent part of your life. However, when you speak of abundance, gratitude, and opportunity, you open the door to endless possibilities. When you understand this principle, it becomes clear that one of the most powerful actions you can take is to guard your words. Speak with intention, speak with awareness. Do not let your words slip carelessly out of your mouth, because each one is an imprint on your future. This is why silence becomes so important. There is a time to speak and a time to remain silent. When you speak without thought, you create disharmony. But when you speak with intention, your words become a tool for creation, sculpting the life you desire. You may be wondering, if my words are so powerful, why haven't I seen my desires come to life? The answer lies in the consistency and belief behind your words. You cannot simply repeat a positive affirmation once and expect immediate results. Your words must come from a place of deep belief and inner conviction. It's not just about the words you say, it's about the energy and emotion you attach to them. When your words align with your deepest truths and are spoken with unwavering faith, that's when the universe responds. As you begin to recognize the power of your words, start to speak with purpose. When you speak, do so with the understanding that you are creating your world. Choose words that affirm your worth, that empower your desires, and that reflect the life you want to live. Speak only those things that align with your highest vision for yourself. Know that with every word you speak, you are shaping the reality that unfolds before you. The power of imagination lies in its ability to transcend the limitations of your current reality. When you imagine, you are stepping outside of the constraints of the physical world and tapping into the realm of infinite possibility. The more vividly and consistently you can imagine a desired outcome, the more it impresses your subconscious mind, which in turn begins to shape your external world in alignment with that vision. It's important to understand that imagination is not limited to mere fantasy or wishful thinking. It is a process of aligning your inner world with your outer desires, knowing that what you hold in your mind will eventually materialize in your life. One of the keys to harnessing the power of imagination is to create a clear and compelling vision of what you want. Without a defined image, you are left at the mercy of random thoughts and fleeting desires. But once you know exactly what you want, you can focus your imagination on that outcome with unwavering clarity. This is where many people go wrong. They fail to give their imagination a specific target, leaving their mind to wander aimlessly. The clearer and more focused your imagination becomes, the more easily it can guide your subconscious toward its manifestation. Visualization techniques, affirmations, and mental rehearsals are all tools that help you train your mind to see and feel your desired reality as if it is already here. It's not enough to simply imagine, you must also believe in the power of your imagination. Doubt and disbelief are the greatest enemies of creative imagination. The more you believe that your imagination has the power to shape your world, the stronger it becomes. When you hold the belief that your imagined reality is as real and tangible as the world you see around you, the universe has no choice but to bring it into existence. The key is to align your imagination with your belief system, knowing that what you imagine is not a far-off dream, but a reality waiting to unfold. The act of imagining requires you to go beyond the limitations of the physical senses. It asks you to trust in the unseen and the unknown, to know that the power to create lies within you. Imagination allows you to bypass the limitations of time and space, enabling you to see, feel, and experience the future as if it has already occurred. This is why it is so important to create a mental image of success, of wealth, of health, or whatever it is you desire. By constantly focusing your mind on this vision and holding it with strong emotion and belief, you begin to align your actions and decisions with that vision, and in time, the world reflects it. Imagination is not a passive process, it is an active, creative force. When you engage your imagination in this way, you are sending a clear message to the universe, to your subconscious mind, and to every cell in your body that you are ready to manifest your desires. The more you practice this, the more powerful your imagination becomes, and the more quickly your dreams become your reality. Trust in the power of imagination, for it is the key to unlocking the life you have always desired. It is not just a tool for creating dreams, it is the very means by which those dreams come to life. Seeking validation from others is a natural human tendency, but it is also one of the most limiting behaviors you can engage in. When you rely on the approval or recognition of others to feel worthy or successful, you give away your power. You place your sense of self-worth in the hands of people who may not understand you or who may be unaware of the true value you bring to the world. Seeking external validation only serves to reinforce feelings of insecurity and dependency. It is only by learning to validate yourself that you can unlock your true potential and live a life of true freedom. The truth is that you do not need anyone's approval to be worthy. You are already enough as you are. Your worth is inherent, and it is not determined by the opinions, judgments, or acknowledgments of others. When you place your value on external validation, you are setting yourself up for a never-ending cycle of disappointment and frustration. People will always have different opinions, and no matter how much you seek their approval, there will always be someone who disagrees or fails to acknowledge your efforts. This constant cycle of seeking external validation creates an emotional roller coaster, where your self-esteem rises and falls based on the actions and words of others. When you stop seeking validation, you begin to free yourself from the need for external approval. You realize that your happiness and fulfillment do not depend on whether others affirm your worth. Instead, your confidence and peace come from within. It is through self-validation that you truly find your power. When you validate yourself, you are affirming your own value, regardless of the opinions of others. This shift in mindset is liberating. as it allows you to move through life with a sense of inner peace and confidence, unshaken by external judgments or praise. Self-validation is a process of accepting yourself fully, your strengths, your flaws, your successes, and your failures. It requires that you be honest with yourself about who you are and what you bring to the world. You no longer need to seek permission to be yourself or to follow your dreams. You know deep within that you are worthy of all that you desire simply because you exist. This understanding shifts your focus from seeking approval to creating the life you want, regardless of whether others understand or support you. One of the key steps in stopping the habit of seeking validation is to stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a thief of joy and a powerful force that feeds the need for external approval. When you compare yourself to others, you automatically place yourself in a position where you feel inferior or inadequate. You begin to measure your worth against someone else's achievements or appearance, which is an unfair and inaccurate measure of who you are. Instead, focus on your own journey and celebrate your unique path. Understand that everyone has their own timeline, and your worth is not tied to how you measure up against others. Let go of the need for others to agree with your choices, your beliefs, or your way of doing things. Trust in your own judgment and intuition. You know what is best for you, and when you stop seeking validation, you can make decisions that are aligned with your true self. You can follow your passions, express your creativity, and build a life that reflects your deepest desires without the fear of judgment or rejection. The journey to stop seeking validation is not easy, and it requires a commitment to your own growth and self-awareness. It requires that you become comfortable with being alone, not in a sense of isolation, but in a sense of self-sufficiency. When you validate yourself, you no longer need to seek approval from others to feel complete. You are whole just as you are. As you begin to stop seeking validation from others, you will experience a profound sense of freedom. You will find that you are more authentic, more confident, and more aligned with your true self. Your happiness will no longer be dependent on the opinions of others, and you will feel empowered to create a life that is true to who you are. The power to shape your reality lies within you, and once you stop seeking validation, you will unlock the full potential of your being. The subconscious mind is an incredibly powerful force within you, working tirelessly behind the scenes to shape your reality. It is responsible for everything from the habits you hold to the beliefs you live by, and even the outcomes you experience. Once you learn to harness the power of your subconscious, you can let it do the heavy lifting for you, making your desires a reality with less conscious effort and strain. The key to unlocking this potential is understanding that the subconscious works best when you stop trying to control every detail with your conscious mind and instead allow it to operate naturally, trusting it to create the conditions for your success. The subconscious mind is like a sponge, absorbing every experience, thought, emotion, and belief you encounter throughout your life. Unlike the conscious mind, which is limited in its processing ability and focuses on the present moment, the subconscious is vast and timeless, storing information beyond your immediate awareness. This part of the mind is always working, processing the information you provide, and directing your actions accordingly. Your subconscious mind is not concerned with the how of things, it simply reacts to the thoughts and beliefs you plant in it. When you understand this, you can stop struggling and start allowing your subconscious to bring forth the results you desire. One of the most important steps to letting the subconscious do the work is to shift your focus from conscious effort to belief. When you consciously desire something, you often put a lot of effort into trying to make it happen. You focus on the how, pushing and striving toward an outcome. However, this approach often leads to frustration and burnout because the subconscious mind operates outside of the realm of logic and linear thinking. It works through energy, images, and emotions. The more you focus on the feeling of already having what you desire, the more you align with the subconscious mind's way of working. The key is to create a vivid mental image of your desired outcome, something that excites you and fills you with emotion. By mentally rehearsing the experience as though it has already occurred, you are impressing your subconscious mind with the belief that it is true. The subconscious cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you imagine success, wealth, love, or any other desired outcome with enough emotional intensity, your subconscious begins to believe it is true. Over time, it begins to direct your thoughts, actions, and behaviors in ways that align with that belief, all without the conscious mind having to exert effort. Trusting the subconscious mind means surrendering the how and letting go of the need to control every step. When you stop overthinking and striving, you allow space for the subconscious to operate in its own way. It can work behind the scenes, orchestrating the events and opportunities needed for your desires to manifest. This requires faith and patience, as the subconscious operates on its own timeline. It doesn't need your constant input or your efforts to make things happen. Once you set the intention and align your thoughts and feelings with your desires, the subconscious takes over and does the rest. The beauty of letting the subconscious do the work is that it doesn't require conscious effort. You don't have to push or force anything into existence. Instead, you become a magnet for your desires. As your subconscious begins to align with your inner vision, you will notice opportunities, insights, and inspirations arising in your life. Your actions will feel effortless, and you will find that things begin to unfold in a way that feels natural and harmonious. To make this process even more effective, it's important to be consistent with the thoughts and beliefs you impress upon the subconscious mind. This is where repetition comes into play. When you consistently visualize your desired outcome, affirm your worth, and maintain a positive mental attitude, you reinforce these beliefs within the subconscious. Repetition is key because it strengthens the connection between your conscious desires and the subconscious programming that guides your actions. Another powerful tool for letting the subconscious do the work is affirmation. Affirmations are positive, present tense statements that reinforce your desired reality. Repeating these affirmations daily, especially in a relaxed and focused state, allows the subconscious mind to absorb them deeply, making them part of your mental programming. Over time, these affirmations will become the foundation of your thoughts and actions, leading to natural changes in your life without the need for intense, forced effort. The subconscious mind is your ally in creating the life you desire. When you trust it to do the work, you free yourself from the burden of overthinking and struggling. By focusing on the feeling of already having what you desire, and consistently impressing your subconscious with positive, empowering beliefs, you allow it to work in harmony with the laws of the universe, bringing your desires into physical form effortlessly. Surrendering to this process is not about giving up on your goals. It is about trusting that the subconscious mind is the most powerful tool you have to manifest your desires with grace and ease. Words are powerful, and every word you speak is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. These words, once spoken, begin to grow and shape your reality. Whether they are spoken to yourself or others, they carry energy and meaning that can influence your thoughts, actions, and the world around you. Just as a seed grows into a plant, your words can grow into experiences, relationships, and circumstances. This is why it is essential to protect the words you use, as they have the potential to either nurture or harm the life you are creating. Your words are a reflection of your thoughts and beliefs. When you speak, you reveal not only what you think, but also what you believe about yourself and the world. If you constantly speak negatively, you are reinforcing negative beliefs in your subconscious mind, which over time can manifest as negative experiences in your life. On the other hand, when you speak with intention, purpose, and positivity, you plant seeds of possibility, abundance, and growth. Every word you utter is a thought in motion, moving toward manifestation. It is crucial, then, to choose your words carefully and deliberately. The subconscious mind cannot differentiate between positive or negative words, it simply absorbs them. Therefore, when you speak negatively about yourself or others, the subconscious mind takes these words as truth and begins to align your reality with them. For example, if you constantly say, "I am not good enough," or "I will never succeed," these words begin to sink into your subconscious and reinforce feelings of inadequacy or failure. These thoughts then shape your actions, making it harder to take the steps necessary to achieve success or build confidence. In essence, your words are commanding the subconscious to create a reality that matches your beliefs. When you speak affirmations of strength, worthiness, and success, your subconscious mind starts to shift its focus. Words like "I am capable," "I am deserving of all good things," and "I am constantly growing and evolving" plant seeds of empowerment. These affirmations can transform your mindset, leading to actions that are in alignment with the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. The more consistently you use these words, the more they become a part of your identity and your reality. It is important to remember that words are not only about what you say to yourself, but also how you communicate with others. The language you use when speaking to others has just as much power. If you constantly speak with judgment, criticism, or negativity, you not only harm your relationships, but also reinforce a belief in scarcity, division, or limitation. However, when you choose words that are uplifting, kind, and empowering, you foster positive connections and open doors to growth, cooperation, and opportunity. Protecting your words means being mindful of how you speak, both to yourself and to others. It involves taking responsibility for the language you use and ensuring that it reflects the life you want to create. In a world where negativity can easily take hold, it is crucial to be vigilant in choosing words that align with your highest desires. This requires conscious awareness of what you say and a commitment to speaking with purpose and intention. One of the most effective ways to protect your words is by practicing mindfulness. Before you speak, pause and reflect on the impact your words may have. Are they empowering? Are they in alignment with the vision you have for your life? If not, choose different words. By becoming more conscious of your language, you can prevent harmful seeds from being planted in your subconscious and redirect your energy toward the creation of the life you desire. Another powerful way to protect your words is through the practice of gratitude. When you speak from a place of gratitude, you create a positive atmosphere around you. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, and the words that flow from a heart of gratitude are uplifting and expansive. You are not only planting seeds of positivity for yourself, but also for those around you, creating a ripple effect of good energy and possibility. Words also have the power to create and strengthen your inner beliefs. If you want to change your reality, start by changing the language you use. Speak to yourself with love, respect, and compassion. Affirm your worth and your potential. By protecting your words, you are protecting the very foundation upon which your reality is built. In the same way that a gardener tends to their plants by carefully nurturing them and keeping them free from weeds, you must tend to the words you speak, ensuring they are aligned with your highest aspirations. Remember, every word you speak is a seed that will grow and take root in your life. So choose your words wisely, for they are the building blocks of the life you are creating. Silence holds a profound power that most people overlook. In a world that is constantly buzzing with noise, distractions, and the pressure to speak, silence can seem uncomfortable or even unnatural. Yet within this silence lies the gateway to true power over your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. It is in moments of quiet reflection that you can access the deepest wisdom within you, connect with your true self, and align with the higher forces at work in the universe. Embracing silence is not about avoiding communication or retreating from the world. It is about recognizing the power that resides in stillness and learning to use it to create the life you desire. When you choose silence, you give yourself the space to listen to your inner voice, to your intuition, and to the subtle messages of the universe. In the silence, the noise of the external world fades away, allowing you to tune into the deeper currents of your being. You can hear the whispers of your intuition, guiding you in the right direction, helping you make decisions that align with your highest good. The more you cultivate silence in your life, the clearer these messages become, and the more powerful your decisions and actions will be. Silence also allows you to step away from the constant need for validation or approval from others. In a society where external opinions often shape our sense of self-worth, silence is a reminder that your power comes from within. When you stop speaking for the sake of being heard or seeking approval, you reclaim your authority and self-confidence. You no longer need to seek validation outside of yourself, because you understand that true power is rooted in your own sense of inner knowing. This self-assurance allows you to move through life with clarity and purpose, unaffected by the distractions or judgments of others. Another aspect of silence is its ability to calm the mind. The mind, when left unchecked, can become a whirlwind of thoughts, worries, and fears. These mental distractions can cloud your judgment, limit your potential, and create unnecessary stress. But in silence, the mind can quiet itself, creating a space of peace and clarity. When you are able to sit in silence, you create an environment in which your thoughts can settle, allowing you to access the wisdom that resides beyond the surface level of your consciousness. In this space of stillness, you can make decisions with a sense of calm, clarity, and confidence. The power of silence extends beyond the mental and emotional realms. It also has the ability to influence the physical world around you. When you speak with intention and choose your words carefully, they carry a force that ripples through your reality. But when you embrace silence, you allow the energy of the universe to align with your desires without interference. Silence does not mean passivity, it is a powerful form of receptivity. In silence, you are allowing space for your manifestations to come into being, trusting that the universe is already working on your behalf. This trust in the process gives you the ability to let go of control and surrender to the flow of life, knowing that everything you need will come to you in perfect timing. Furthermore, silence allows you to cultivate deep inner peace. In the quiet moments, you can release the tension of the day, let go of past hurts, and free yourself from the anxieties of the future. By sitting in silence, you create a sanctuary for your soul, a space where you can reconnect with your inner sense of peace and calm. This peace becomes your foundation, and no matter what external circumstances arise, you remain centered and grounded. From this place of peace, you can take inspired action and navigate the challenges of life with grace and resilience. Silence is also an invitation to connect with something greater than yourself. In stillness, you can tap into the infinite wisdom of the universe, allowing you to see the bigger picture and gain perspective on your life. It is in these quiet moments that you realize you are not separate from the world around you. You are connected to it in a profound way. By aligning with this universal energy, you open yourself to new possibilities and experiences that you may not have seen before. Silence then becomes a bridge to higher consciousness, offering a direct connection to the divine and the forces that guide your journey. True power is not about force or aggression, it is about stillness, presence, and alignment. When you embrace silence, you stop trying to control every situation, and instead, you trust in the power of the universe and your ability to navigate life with wisdom and grace. Silence is the gateway to true power, because it is in these moments of quiet that you reconnect with your inner strength, tap into the wisdom of the universe, and align with your highest purpose. By embracing silence, you invite peace, clarity, and empowerment into your life, and you unlock the infinite potential that resides within you. In conclusion, silence is not merely the absence of sound, but a powerful tool that can unlock your true potential. By embracing silence, you create space for inner wisdom, clarity, and peace. It is through moments of stillness that you reconnect with your deeper self, gain the confidence to trust your intuition, and align with the flow of the universe. Silence empowers you to step away from external validation and mental clutter, allowing you to live with purpose, power, and authenticity. Remember, the quiet moments in your life are not moments of weakness, but opportunities for growth and transformation. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on the power of silence and how it can shape your life. May you continue to find peace in stillness and harness the transformative power it offers. You stand on the precipice of limitless abundance, yet your eyes deceive you. The reality you perceive is but a reflection of the beliefs you hold in the depths of your mind. To become truly rich, you must step away from the tyranny of your senses and embrace the truth that lies beyond them. Riches do not emerge from toil alone. They spring forth from the wellspring of your imagination. Close your eyes for a moment and dare to see yourself as you wish to be. Imagine the wealth flowing into your life, feel it, live it, and claim it as your own. This is the seed of transformation. The imagination is not a fleeting daydream or a trivial escape. It is the core of our existence and the gateway to shaping our reality. Everything we see in the physical world began first as an idea, a mental image held in the mind. Before a skyscraper touched the heavens, it existed in the imagination of an architect. Before a symphony filled a concert hall, it resided in the mind of a composer. This is the power of imagination. It is the womb from which all creation is born. To understand this truth, you must recognize that your imagination is not merely an instrument, but the essence of who you are. The world you perceive as real is nothing more than the outward projection of your inner beliefs, assumptions, and visions. The so-called reality of your life is shaped, limited, or expanded by the pictures you hold in your mind. The house you live in, the relationships you nurture, and even the financial situation you find yourself in, all are reflections of what you have dared to imagine or what you have unconsciously accepted as true. When you allow yourself to fully embrace the creative power of imagination, you step into the role of the master architect of your life. No longer are you at the mercy of circumstances or the whims of fate. Instead, you realize that your external world bends and molds itself according to the images you consistently hold within your mind. This is not wishful thinking or mere positivity. It is the deliberate act of using your imagination to create a future that aligns with your deepest desires. Most people are trapped by the tyranny of their senses. They look at the world around them and accept it as the ultimate truth. If their bank account shows scarcity, they believe they are poor. If their relationships are strained, they believe they are unworthy of love. They let the evidence of their senses dictate their inner reality, and in doing so, they perpetuate the cycle of lack and limitation. What they fail to realize is that the external world is not the source of their experiences, but the result. The true source is within. Imagination is the realm where transformation begins. When you close your eyes and visualize yourself as the person you desire to be, you plant a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. This seed, when nurtured with belief and persistence, grows into the tangible reality you seek. It is not the fleeting act of visualizing once or twice that yields results, but the sustained feeling of already being the person you imagine. The key lies in embodying the state of your desire, feeling it as if it were already real, and letting that feeling guide your thoughts and actions. Doubt and disbelief are the greatest obstacles to harnessing the power of imagination. When you allow yourself to question the validity of your inner visions, you weaken their creative force. The world outside may tempt you to believe in limitations, presenting facts that contradict your desires. But these facts are nothing more than the residue of past beliefs. To change your circumstances, you must look beyond the current evidence and persist in the reality you wish to create. The beauty of imagination is that it is limitless. It knows no boundaries, no restrictions, and no constraints of time or space. When you imagine yourself as wealthy, loved, or fulfilled, you align yourself with that reality. The universe, responding to your inner state, begins to orchestrate events, circumstances, and opportunities that match the frequency of your imagination. This is not magic or coincidence, it is the natural law at work. Gratitude plays a pivotal role in this process. When you feel grateful for the things you imagine, you confirm their reality within you. Gratitude is the language of abundance. It signals to the subconscious mind that you already possess what you desire. This feeling of ownership accelerates the manifestation of your dreams, bridging the gap between imagination and reality. It is crucial to protect the sanctity of your imagination. Guard it against negativity, fear, and doubt. Surround yourself with thoughts and images that uplift and inspire you. Do not allow the opinions of others or the limitations of the world to corrupt your vision. Your imagination is sacred ground, and what you plant there will inevitably grow. To live fully is to live imaginatively. Your imagination is not a passive tool, but the engine of your existence. It is the space where you create the blueprint of your life, shaping your destiny one thought, one feeling, and one vision at a time. As you embrace this truth, you step into the infinite potential that has always been within you. The riches, the love, the joy you seek, they are not outside of you, waiting to be found. They are within, waiting to be imagined into reality. And the evidence of your senses is a convincing illusion, one that holds most people captive in a cycle of limitation and struggle. We are conditioned from birth to trust what we see, hear, touch, taste, and smell, believing these experiences to be the ultimate truth. Yet, this reliance on the senses blinds us to the higher reality, the reality shaped by our inner convictions, thoughts, and beliefs. To break free from the confines of this physical illusion and step into the life you desire, you must learn to detach from the evidence of your senses. The world you perceive with your senses is not the cause of your experiences but the result. It is a mirror, reflecting the sum total of your dominant beliefs and assumptions. If you believe in scarcity, the world will confirm that belief through empty bank accounts and missed opportunities. If you hold a belief that you are unworthy of love, the world will present relationships that validate that perception. But just as a mirror cannot change its reflection until you change your expression, the world cannot shift until you alter the beliefs that shape it. Detachment does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist. It means refusing to let the outer world dictate your inner state. The physical circumstances you see around you are temporary and mutable. They are the product of past thinking, not permanent truths. But to detach is to recognize that while the senses report the current state of things, they have no power over the future you are creating in your mind. Most people allow their senses to control them, reacting to every situation as though it were unchangeable. They see lack and feel despair, they encounter rejection and feel unworthy. This reactive way of living keeps them locked in the same patterns, perpetuating the very conditions they wish to escape. True freedom comes when you stop reacting to the evidence of your senses and begin responding to the vision you hold within. To detach from the senses, you must train yourself to focus on what you desire rather than what currently exists. If your bank account shows a negative balance, do not dwell on it with fear or frustration. Instead, turn inward and imagine the feeling of abundance. Close your eyes and see yourself living in the financial freedom you desire. Feel the joy and relief of having all your needs met. This inner work is not an escape from reality, but the process of creating a new one. Persistence is essential. The evidence of your senses will try to pull you back into doubt and disbelief. You may look around and see no immediate changes, tempting you to abandon your vision. But remember, the outer world takes time to rearrange itself to match your inner state. Just as a seed planted in the ground does not sprout overnight, your imagined reality requires patience and trust to manifest. Faith is your greatest ally in detaching from the senses. Faith is not blind optimism or wishful thinking, it is the deep knowing that what you desire is already yours in the unseen realm. That when you hold on to this faith, the opinions of others, the obstacles you face, and the apparent lack in your life lose their power to discourage you. Faith allows you to remain steadfast in your vision, no matter what the outer world shows. Gratitude is another powerful tool for detachment. When you feel grateful for the reality you are creating in your mind, you affirm its existence. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, reinforcing the belief that your desires are already fulfilled. It signals to the universe that you trust in the process, allowing the manifestation to unfold naturally. Detaching from the senses requires a shift in perspective. You must begin to see yourself as the creator of your reality, not its victim. Understand that the outer world is malleable, shaped by the energy of your thoughts and feelings. When you stop giving so much weight to what your senses report and instead prioritize your inner vision, you reclaim your power. You become the artist of your life, painting a masterpiece guided by the images in your imagination. This detachment is not indifference but mastery. You are not ignoring the world but transcending it, choosing to operate from a higher truth. You know that what you desire is more real than what you currently see because it is rooted in the infinite potential of your imagination. The senses can only perceive what is, your mind creates what will be. As you practice detachment, you will notice subtle but profound changes. Opportunities will arise where none existed before. People and circumstances will align to support your vision. This is the natural law of creation, responding to your unwavering focus and belief. The outer world, once a reflection of limitation, will begin to mirror the limitless reality you hold within. Detachment from the senses is not easy, but it is the path to freedom. By refusing to be swayed by appearances and persisting in the reality of your imagination, you transcend the illusion of lack and limitation. You step into your role as the creator of your life, shaping a future that reflects the boundless possibilities of your inner world. The power to transform your life lies in one simple yet profound act: assuming the end as real. This principle is not a mere suggestion, it is the foundation upon which all manifestations rest. To assume the end as real means to live, in mind and feeling, as though your desired outcome is already accomplished. It is the art of claiming your vision with such conviction that the outer world must conform to your inner reality. Most people approach their desires with longing, hoping for fulfillment at some distant future point. But hope, while comforting, keeps your desires in the realm of the unattainable. It says, someday this will be mine, but never today. To assume the end as real is to bypass hope and step into certainty. It is to say, this is mine now, and to live from that truth, regardless of what the senses may tell you. When you assume the end, you are not pretending or lying to yourself. You are aligning with the unseen reality that already exists within you. The moment you conceive a desire, it is born in the realm of imagination. By assuming the end as real, you nurture this inner creation, giving it the energy and attention it needs to manifest in the physical world. The key to this practice lies in feeling. Your mind may accept an idea, but until you feel it as true, it remains inert. To assume the end as real, you must embody the emotions you would experience if your desire were already fulfilled. Imagine the joy, peace, or excitement you would feel and dwell in that state. Let it saturate your being until it becomes second nature. This emotional alignment is the secret that bridges the gap between the imagined and the real. It is natural to wonder how this process works, especially when the current circumstances appear unchanged. But consider the workings of a seed. When you plant a seed in the ground, you do not see immediate results. Yet you trust that beneath the soil, the seed is germinating, growing roots, and preparing to sprout. In the same way, your assumption of the end sets unseen forces into motion. The outer world may take time to catch up, but rest assured it will. Doubt and impatience are the greatest enemies of this process. When you assume the end as real, you must resist the temptation to question its validity based on appearances. The world outside will often contradict your inner vision at first, reflecting the residue of old beliefs. But these contradictions are temporary. Persist in your assumption, and the outer world will eventually reshape itself to match your inner conviction. Now, many people falter because they look for signs or evidence before they are willing to believe. This is akin to demanding the harvest before planting the seed. To assume the end as real is to act with unwavering faith. You do not need proof, you become the proof by living in the state of your fulfilled desire. The more you embody this state, the more natural it feels, and the sooner it manifests. Gratitude plays a vital role in this process. When you feel gratitude for a desire already fulfilled, you affirm its reality within you. Gratitude is not reserved for what has physically appeared. It is a powerful acknowledgement of the unseen. By feeling grateful for your assumed end, you solidify your belief in its inevitability, drawing it closer with every passing moment. Action 2 aligns with your assumption. When you assume the end as real, your actions naturally flow from that state. You do not need to force or manipulate circumstances. Instead, you act in harmony with your vision. For example, if you assume yourself to be wealthy, you carry yourself with confidence and make decisions from a place of abundance. These actions, guided by your assumption, accelerate the process of manifestation. This practice requires persistence and discipline. The world will try to pull you back into old patterns of thought, urging you to focus on what is rather than what could be. But every time you return to the feeling of your fulfilled desire, you strengthen your connection to that reality. With time, your assumption becomes so deeply ingrained that it feels more real than the outer world. Assuming the end as real is not about ignoring challenges or avoiding responsibility. It is about reclaiming your creative power. It is a deliberate choice to see beyond limitations and to live from the truth of your infinite potential. When you assume the end, you align yourself with the natural laws of creation, which respond unfailingly to the energy of belief and feeling. As you practice this principle, you will witness profound changes in your life. Circumstances will shift, opportunities will arise, and the people and resources needed to fulfill your vision will come to you effortlessly. These changes are not coincidences, but the natural unfolding of your assumption. By living in the end, you become the architect of your reality, shaping a life that reflects the deepest desires of your heart. In assuming the end as real, you step into the realm of certainty. You no longer hope or wish you know. And in that knowing lies the power to create a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. The end is yours, now claim it, feel it, and watch as it unfolds before you. The act of persisting in your inner vision is the foundation of transforming your desires into reality. It is a discipline, a practice of unwavering faith, and a deep knowing that your inner world holds the key to shaping your outer experiences. To persist in your inner vision means to remain steadfast in your imagination, regardless of the challenges, doubts, or apparent contradictions in the physical world. It is a commitment to nurture your dream until it materializes, no matter how long it takes or how impossible it may seem. When you first conceive a desire, it is born in the realm of your imagination. This inner realm is boundless, infinite, and unencumbered by the limitations of time, space, or circumstance. Yet for many, the journey from imagination to manifestation is interrupted by doubt, fear, and a lack of persistence. The world outside may appear to deny your vision, presenting evidence that seems to contradict your desire. But this is where persistence becomes essential. It is not enough to momentarily visualize or briefly affirm your dreams. You must continuously return to your inner vision, affirming its truth and feeling its reality until it becomes second nature. The outer world is a reflection, a mirror of your inner state. It may take time for the reflection to change, as it is often slow to catch up with the shift in your consciousness. If you react to the delays or contradictions, you risk reinforcing the very conditions you seek to change. To persist in your inner vision is to rise above these distractions, holding firm to the reality you have created within. You must understand that the outer world has no power to create, it only echoes the convictions of your inner being. This persistence requires patience and trust. Like a gardener tending to a seed, you must nurture your vision, even when no immediate growth is visible. The seed, once planted, begins its work beneath the surface, drawing nourishment and expanding in ways unseen. Similarly, your inner vision is at work, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to bring it into physical form. Doubting the process or giving up too soon is like uprooting the seed before it has a chance to grow. The feeling of your vision's fulfillment is the vital force that fuels this process. It is not enough to think of your desire, you must feel as though it is already yours. The emotional energy of your conviction is what draws your vision from the unseen to the seen. Persist in this feeling, and it will become a living reality within you, so powerful that the outer world cannot help but align with it. There will be moments when the evidence of your senses challenges your resolve. You may face setbacks, delays, or opposition from those who cannot see your vision. These moments are not failures but opportunities to deepen your faith and strengthen your focus. Persistence means refusing to waver, no matter what. It means holding your inner vision above all else, knowing that it is more real than the temporary appearances of the world around you. Faith plays a central role in persistence. Faith is not blind optimism or wishful thinking, it is the conviction that what you have conceived in your imagination is already real in the unseen realm. It is the belief that the universe is working tirelessly to bring your vision to fruition. When you persist in this faith, you remain anchored, unshaken by doubts or delays. You trust the process, knowing that the timing of your manifestation is perfect, even if it is not immediately apparent. Gratitude can also reinforce your persistence. By feeling grateful for your vision as though it is already fulfilled, you strengthen your connection to it. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from waiting to receiving. It is a powerful affirmation that your inner vision is not only possible but inevitable. Each moment of gratitude draws your vision closer, solidifying it in your consciousness and in the world. Persistence is not a passive state, it is active and deliberate. It requires daily commitment to your vision, revisiting it in your imagination, feeling it deeply, and acting in alignment with it. Your actions should reflect the reality of your inner vision, even before it appears in the physical world. If your vision is one of abundance, act with confidence and generosity. If your vision is one of love, carry yourself with the joy and peace of someone already cherished. These actions are not pretenses but expressions of your inner conviction. As you persist, you will notice subtle shifts in your outer reality. Opportunities will arise, circumstances will align, and the people needed to fulfill your vision will appear. These are not coincidences but the natural result of your unwavering focus and belief. The outer world must conform to the inner reality you have consistently nurtured. To persist in your inner vision is to claim your role as the creator of your life. It is to reject the notion of being a victim of circumstance and instead embrace your power to shape your reality. It is a journey of faith, patience, and unwavering commitment to the truth within you. By persisting, you prove to yourself and to the world that your dreams are not fleeting wishes but inevitable outcomes. You hold the key, persist, and the door to your desired life will surely open. Gratitude is the silent force that precedes every great manifestation. It is the bridge between longing and fulfillment, the energy that aligns your heart with the reality you wish to create. Gratitude is not merely a reaction to receiving what you desire, it is the seed you plant to bring that desire into being. To practice gratitude is to acknowledge the unseen reality of your dreams as though they already exist, affirming that the universe is constantly working in your favor. When you feel grateful for what you seek before it physically manifests, you signal to the universe that your desire is already fulfilled. Gratitude is not about pretending or deceiving yourself, it is about recognizing that your imagination is the true reality, the space where all creation begins. The moment you conceive a desire and feel grateful for its realization, you set the process of manifestation into motion. This gratitude anchors your vision in the present, transforming it from a distant hope into a present truth. Most people reserve gratitude for what they can see, touch, and experience tangibly. They wait for evidence before they feel thankful. Yet this approach often delays the manifestation of their desires, as it keeps them focused on lack and limitation. To manifest powerfully, you must reverse this order. Feel grateful now, not for what is missing, but for the unseen forces that are already bringing your vision into reality. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess in the unseen realm, amplifying your faith and accelerating the process of creation. Gratitude is a state of being, a way of aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance. When you dwell in this state, you vibrate in harmony with the energy of your desires. This harmony attracts corresponding experiences, people, and opportunities into your life. It is the law of resonance in action. What you feel internally will be reflected externally. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it is a creative force that transforms your inner world and in turn your outer circumstances. Feeling gratitude requires imagination and intention. Imagine the life you desire as if it were already yours. Close your eyes and step into that vision. See the details, hear the sounds, and most importantly, feel the emotions of living in that reality. Let the feeling of gratitude well up within you, knowing that what you seek is already unfolding. This practice strengthens your belief, replacing doubt with certainty and fear with faith. Gratitude also dissolves resistance. Resistance arises when you cling to fear, doubt, or the illusion of separation from your desires. These negative emotions create barriers between you and your dreams. Gratitude, on the other hand, softens these barriers. It opens your heart and mind, creating a state of receptivity that allows the flow of abundance into your life. When you feel grateful, you stop struggling and striving. You release the need to control outcomes and instead trust the process, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. Gratitude has the power to transform your perception of time. Often people grow impatient when their desires take longer to manifest than expected. They begin to doubt, questioning whether their efforts are in vain. But when you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from waiting to receiving. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment, reminding you that the fulfillment of your desire is not somewhere in the future, it is happening now in the unseen. This shift in perspective allows you to remain calm, confident, and connected to your vision, even when the outer world appears unchanged. Gratitude is also a declaration of trust. It is your way of saying to the universe, I know you are working for me. I trust your timing and your wisdom. This trust is essential because it aligns you with the natural flow of creation. When you resist or doubt, you disrupt this flow. But when you feel grateful, you harmonize with it, allowing your desires to come to you with ease and grace. The practice of gratitude does not require grand gestures or elaborate rituals. It can be as simple as taking a moment each day to reflect on your blessings, both seen and unseen. Write them down, speak them aloud, or hold them quietly in your heart. Focus not only on what you have, but also on what you are creating. Feel grateful for the opportunities, relationships, and experiences that are on their way to you. Treat them as though they are already part of your life, and they will be. Gratitude also fosters humility and connection. It reminds you that you are not alone in this creative process. You are co-creating with a higher power, a divine intelligence that orchestrates all things. When you acknowledge this partnership through gratitude, you deepen your relationship with the universe. This connection brings a sense of peace and assurance, knowing that you are supported every step of the way. As you cultivate gratitude, you will notice its ripple effects in every area of your life. Your relationships will improve as gratitude makes you more present, compassionate, and understanding. Your health and well-being will flourish as gratitude reduces stress and fosters a sense of contentment. And most importantly, your ability to manifest will strengthen as gratitude amplifies your creative power. Gratitude is more than a tool for manifestation, it is a way of life. It is the recognition of the infinite abundance that surrounds you, the acknowledgement that you are a powerful creator capable of shaping your reality. When you live in gratitude, you step into alignment with your highest self, becoming a magnet for all that you desire. Practice gratitude and watch as the world transforms to reflect the beauty and abundance you hold within. Releasing fear and doubt is essential to manifesting the life you desire. These emotions are the shadows that cloud your vision, preventing you from fully aligning with your inner power and the creative force of the universe. Fear and doubt are not inherent truths, they are learned responses, often rooted in past experiences, societal conditioning, or the illusions created by the physical world. They thrive on your attention, growing stronger the more you focus on them. To release them is to reclaim your creative authority and step into the freedom of possibility. Fear arises when you believe that something outside of yourself has the power to harm, limit, or deprive you. It is the result of forgetting your true nature as a creator, forgetting that your inner world shapes your outer reality. Doubt, on the other hand, is the questioning of your ability to manifest, the uncertainty that your desires are achievable or that you are worthy of them. Both emotions stem from a misalignment with your inner truth and an over-reliance on the evidence of the senses. The first step in releasing fear and doubt is to recognize them for what they are: illusions. They have no inherent power except the power you give them. Just as a shadow disappears when the light shines upon it, fear and doubt dissolve when you bring awareness to their unreality. They are not forces to be fought or resisted, they are energies to be observed and transcended. To release them, you must confront them with courage and clarity, understanding that they are temporary states, not permanent truths. Begin by identifying the thoughts and beliefs that give rise to your fear and doubt. Often they are rooted in stories you have been telling yourself, stories about failure, rejection, or lack. These stories may have been shaped by past experiences or external influences, but they are not fixed. You have the power to rewrite them. Ask yourself, are these thoughts serving me? Are they aligned with the life I wish to create? Most often, you will find that they are not. This realization is the first step toward letting them go. Next, replace these limiting beliefs with empowering ones. For every thought of fear, counter it with a thought of faith. For every moment of doubt, affirm your worthiness and ability to manifest. This process requires intention and repetition. The mind has been conditioned to default to fear and doubt, but with consistent effort you can retrain it to default to faith and confidence. Speak affirmations that resonate with your truth. I am capable, I am deserving, my desires are already mine. These affirmations act as seeds, gradually taking root in your subconscious mind. Visualization is another powerful tool for releasing fear and doubt. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living the life you desire. See the details, feel the emotions, and immerse yourself in the experience of your fulfilled vision. As you do this, notice any fear or doubt that arises. Rather than suppressing it, acknowledge it. Let it surface, and then consciously release it. Imagine it dissolving like mist in the morning sun, replaced by a sense of certainty and peace. Visualization not only helps you connect with your desired reality, but also strengthens your belief in its inevitability. Gratitude is a profound antidote to fear and doubt. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you shift your attention from lack to abundance, from anxiety to assurance. Gratitude reminds you of the countless blessings in your life and the limitless possibilities before you. It reinforces the truth that the universe is on your side, always working in your favor. By cultivating gratitude, you create a state of receptivity that leaves no room for fear and doubt to take hold. Releasing fear and doubt also requires trusting the process of life. Understand that you are not alone in this journey. A higher power, a divine intelligence, is always guiding you, orchestrating events and circumstances to align with your desires. Trust that what you seek is seeking you, that every delay or obstacle is merely a stepping stone toward your ultimate good. This trust is not blind, it is born of the recognition that the universe operates with perfect wisdom and timing. Surrender to this process, and you will find that fear and doubt naturally fade away. Action is another powerful way to overcome fear and doubt. When you take steps toward your goals, even small ones, you build confidence and momentum. Action signals to your mind that you are committed, that you believe in your ability to succeed. It transforms abstract desires into tangible progress, dissolving the inertia of fear and doubt. Each action you take strengthens your belief in yourself and your vision. Surround yourself with positivity. Seek out people, environments, and experiences that uplift and inspire you. Fear and doubt often feed on negativity, so immerse yourself in sources of light and encouragement. Whether it's a supportive community, motivational content, or time spent in nature, find what nourishes your spirit and renews your faith. To release fear and doubt is to step into your power as a creator. It is to choose faith over fear, certainty over skepticism, and love over limitation. It is a process of remembering who you are, a being of infinite potential, capable of shaping your reality through thought, feeling, and belief. As you let go of fear and doubt, you open the door to a life of freedom, abundance, and joy. Trust in the power within you, and watch as the universe mirrors your inner transformation in ways beyond your imagination. To align with abundance rather than scarcity is to shift your entire perspective on life. Abundance is not simply about material wealth, it is a mindset, a state of being, and a way of perceiving the world. It is the recognition that the universe is infinite in its capacity to provide, that there is always enough, and that you are inherently deserving of all that you desire. Scarcity, on the other hand, is the belief in limitation, the fear that resources are finite, and the assumption that what you seek is difficult or impossible to attain. Aligning with abundance means breaking free from the mental and emotional chains of scarcity and embracing the truth of infinite possibility. The first step in aligning with abundance is understanding that abundance is a choice. It begins in your mind and radiates outward into your reality. What you focus on expands. If you focus on lack, you attract more lack. If you focus on abundance, you invite more abundance into your life. This is not wishful thinking, but a fundamental principle of creation. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs act as magnets, drawing corresponding experiences to you. To align with abundance, you must train yourself to think abundantly, even in the face of appearances that suggest otherwise. Scarcity often masquerades as practicality. It tells you to settle for less, to cling tightly to what you have, and to fear losing it. It convinces you that your dreams are too big, or that the resources to achieve them are out of reach. But scarcity is an illusion, a mental construct that distorts your perception of reality. The universe operates on principles of overflow and expansion. Nature offers countless examples of abundance: the endless waves of the ocean, the countless stars in the sky, the boundless growth of plants and animals. These are reminders that abundance is the natural state of existence. To align with abundance, you must confront and release the limiting beliefs that keep you rooted in scarcity. These beliefs are often inherited from society, family, or past experiences, but they are not absolute truths. Begin by questioning these beliefs. Ask yourself, why do I believe this? Is it serving me? What evidence do I have to the contrary? Often you will find that these beliefs crumble under scrutiny, revealing the freedom to think and feel differently. Replace them with empowering beliefs, such as there is always enough, I am worthy of abundance, and the universe supports me in all ways. Gratitude is a powerful tool for aligning with abundance. When you cultivate gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. This shift not only uplifts your mood, but also aligns your energy with the frequency of abundance. Gratitude is a declaration of sufficiency. It affirms that you are already blessed, that the universe has already provided for you, and that more blessings are on their way. Practice gratitude daily. Acknowledge the big and small things in your life that bring you joy, comfort, and fulfillment. As you do, you will find that the flow of abundance becomes more apparent and more consistent. Visualization is another key practice for aligning with abundance. Take time to imagine the life you desire as if it is already yours. See yourself living in the home you dream of, experiencing the relationships you long for, and enjoying the financial freedom you seek. Feel the emotions of this reality: joy, peace, and satisfaction. Visualization is not about escaping reality, but about creating it. When you vividly imagine abundance, you program your subconscious mind to seek opportunities and take actions that align with this vision. You also send a clear signal to the universe about what you are ready to receive. Generosity is an expression of abundance. When you give freely, whether it's your time, resources, or attention, you affirm that you have enough to share. This act breaks the grip of scarcity, which tells you to hoard and protect what you have. Generosity creates a flow of energy, and in that flow, abundance grows. The more you give with a spirit of joy and love, the more you receive in return. This is not a transactional process, but a natural consequence of living in alignment with abundance. Faith is essential to this alignment. Scarcity often breeds fear and doubt, convincing you that abundance is a distant or unlikely reality. But abundance requires trusting yourself, in the process of life, and in the infinite resources of the universe. Trust that what you seek is already seeking you. Trust that every delay or obstacle is a stepping stone to your greater good. This faith is not blind optimism, but a deep knowing that abundance is your birthright, available to you in every moment. Align your actions with abundance. Act as if you are already abundant. This doesn't mean reckless spending or pretending to be someone you're not. It means embodying the qualities of abundance, confidence, generosity, and openness. It means pursuing your goals with courage, making decisions from a place of trust rather than fear, and treating yourself and others with the respect that abundance entails. When your actions align with an abundant mindset, you create a powerful synergy that accelerates the manifestation of your desires. Aligning with abundance is not a one-time event, but a daily practice. It requires vigilance over your thoughts, commitment to your vision, and patience with the process. As you cultivate this alignment, you will notice shifts in your reality. opportunities will arise, resources will appear, and your sense of well-being will deepen. You will move from a life of striving and scarcity to one of ease and fulfillment, knowing that abundance is not something you chase, it is something you are. In conclusion, aligning with abundance is about transforming your mindset, embracing gratitude, and releasing the illusions of fear, doubt, and scarcity. It is about stepping into your true nature as a creator, recognizing the infinite possibilities available to you, and trusting that the universe always works in your favor. By focusing on abundance, visualizing your desires, and taking aligned action, you open the door to a life of ease, joy, and prosperity. Remember, abundance is not something outside of you, it begins within. The shift is not about accumulating wealth or possessions alone, but about embodying a state of peace, confidence, and trust in life's infinite provisions. Your journey is uniquely yours, and every step forward strengthens your alignment with the life you deserve. Thank you for embarking on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. May your path be filled with blessings, and may abundance flow to you effortlessly and endlessly. Ladies and gentlemen, power is not something you seek, it is something you awaken. It is already within you, waiting for recognition and expression. To become more powerful, you must shift your focus inward, to the seat of your true authority. Here are 8 ways to unlock the limitless potential that resides in you. The power of assumption is the key to shaping your reality, a truth that many overlook in their pursuit of change. At the heart of this principle lies a profound understanding your external world is but a reflection of your internal state. To alter what you experience outwardly, you must first transform what you assume to be true about yourself and the world around you. Assumptions are not merely idle thoughts, they are the foundation upon which your reality is built. When you grasp this truth, you unlock the ability to consciously design your life. To assume something is to accept it as true, even without visible evidence. It is to act, think, and feel as though a particular reality already exists. This is not wishful thinking or blind optimism. It is the deliberate embodiment of the desired state of being. The creative power of assumption works tirelessly whether you are aware of it or not. Your beliefs about who you are and what you deserve shape your actions, and those actions, in turn, shape the outcomes you experience. This cycle reinforces itself, creating either a life of fulfillment or one of frustration, depending on the assumptions you hold. Consider this: everything you experience begins as an assumption in your mind. When you assume you are capable, doors seem to open where there were none. Opportunities align, people respond positively, and challenges appear surmountable. On the other hand, when you assume lack or failure, the world seems to mirror that belief with obstacles and disappointments. The world does not create your assumptions create your world. This is the profound truth that empowers you to take control of your life. The key to wielding the power of assumption is to live in the end. This means adopting the mindset and emotions of someone who already possesses the life they desire. It is not enough to simply wish for success, love, or abundance. You must feel, think, and act as though these things are already yours. When you assume the reality of your desires, your mind and body align with that vision, creating a vibrational match that draws your desires into manifestation. This process bypasses doubt and limitation, for the mind does not distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. To the subconscious, the assumption is the truth, and it will work tirelessly to bring that truth into physical form. Yet many resist this idea because it challenges conventional wisdom. Society often teaches that hard work and effort are the sole keys to success. While action has its place, it is ineffective if not fueled by the right assumptions. Without belief in your own power, effort becomes aimless. Consider the person who works tirelessly but remains stuck in a cycle of lack. They may strive externally, but their internal assumption of unworthiness sabotages their efforts. Contrast this with someone who carries an unshakable belief in their success. Even when they face setbacks, their assumption of eventual triumph keeps them moving forward until their reality matches their inner vision. The power of assumption also requires discipline. It is easy to fall back into old patterns of doubt and fear, especially when external circumstances seem unchanged. But this is where faith comes into play. You must persist in your assumption, even when there is no evidence to support it. This persistence is not about forcing outcomes, but about maintaining a steady inner conviction. When you hold fast to your assumption, reality will bend to accommodate your belief. The most empowering aspect of assumption is that it reminds you of your innate creative power. You are not at the mercy of chance or circumstance. You are the architect of your experience, capable of designing a life that reflects your deepest desires. By consciously choosing your assumptions, you take responsibility for your reality, stepping into the role of creator rather than victim. Your inner dialogue is the silent voice that accompanies you every moment of your life. It is the constant stream of thoughts that shapes your perception of yourself, your world, and your place within it. This dialogue is more powerful than most realize. It serves as the architect of your reality, silently constructing the circumstances and experiences that define your life. When you learn to control your inner dialogue, you unlock a profound ability to shape your destiny. At its core, your inner dialogue is a reflection of your beliefs. It repeats the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you are capable of achieving. If those stories are filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, your life will mirror those qualities. On the other hand, if your inner dialogue is one of confidence, hope, and empowerment, your external world will align with those affirmations. This connection between thought and reality is not accidental, it is a fundamental law of existence. To control your inner dialogue, the first step is awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise throughout your day. Notice the patterns and themes that dominate your mind. Are they encouraging and uplifting, or do they lean toward criticism and negativity? This awareness is not about judgment, it is about observation. Once you recognize the nature of your inner dialogue, you can begin to shift it in a deliberate direction. The language you use within your mind carries immense power. Words are not just passive symbols, they are active forces that influence your emotions, actions, and outcomes. Negative inner dialogue such as "I'm not good enough" or "this is too hard" creates feelings of defeat and discouragement. These feelings, in turn, lead to actions or inaction that reinforce the very beliefs that generated them. This cycle can feel inescapable, but it can be broken through conscious effort. Replacing negative inner dialogue with positive affirmations is a powerful way to shift your mental state. When a thought arises that diminishes your confidence or limits your potential, counter it with an affirmation that aligns with your desired reality. For instance, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never succeed," replace it with, "I am capable of achieving my goals." This practice is not about denying your current challenges, but about redirecting your focus toward possibilities and solutions. Over time, these positive affirmations reshape your subconscious mind, creating a fertile ground for growth and success. The tone of your inner dialogue is just as important as the content. Even seemingly neutral thoughts can carry an undertone of self-criticism or doubt if delivered harshly. Imagine the difference between telling yourself, "I made a mistake" versus "I'm such a failure." The former acknowledges the situation without attacking your self-worth, while the latter reinforces a damaging belief. Speak to yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you would offer a close friend. This compassionate inner dialogue fosters resilience and self-belief, enabling you to navigate challenges with grace. Visualization is another tool that can help you take control of your inner dialogue. Your mind responds vividly to images, and by pairing these images with positive self-talk, you can create a powerful synergy. Picture yourself succeeding, thriving, and becoming the person you aspire to be. As you hold this vision, affirm it with words that reinforce the reality you are imagining. This combination of thought and visualization imprints a new narrative onto your subconscious mind, guiding your actions and experiences toward your goals. It is important to remember that controlling your inner dialogue is not a one-time effort but an ongoing practice. The mind, like a garden, requires regular tending. Negative thoughts may still arise, especially during difficult times, but they do not have to define you. When they appear, acknowledge them without judgment and consciously choose a different perspective. This practice of gentle redirection builds mental strength and flexibility, allowing you to remain in control, even when faced with adversity. Your inner dialogue also has a profound effect on your relationships. The way you speak to yourself influences how you interact with others. If your inner dialogue is filled with self-doubt and criticism, it can lead to insecurity and defensiveness in your relationships. Conversely, when you nurture a positive and empowering inner dialogue, you approach others with confidence and authenticity. This shift not only enhances your personal well-being, but also creates deeper and more meaningful connections. Controlling your inner dialogue is about reclaiming your power. It is about recognizing that you are not a passive observer of your thoughts, but an active creator of them. By choosing thoughts that align with your highest aspirations, you take responsibility for your reality. You become the author of your story, shaping each chapter with intention and purpose. In the quiet moments when your inner voice speaks, you have a choice. Will you allow it to echo the doubts and fears of the past, or will you guide it to reflect the strength and potential of the present? The decision is yours, and with it comes the power to transform your life. Begin today to speak to yourself as the person you wish to become, and watch as your inner dialogue paves the way for a future that reflects your deepest desires. Strength is not merely a physical attribute, it is a state of being that radiates from within, encompassing your mind, emotions, and spirit. To embody the feeling of strength is to claim the power that lies dormant in your soul, and to allow it to manifest in every area of your life. This strength is not dependent on circumstances or external validation. It is a recognition of your inherent ability to navigate life's challenges with resilience, confidence, and unwavering resolve. It is a choice to stand firm in the face of adversity, knowing that the power to overcome lies within you. The journey to embodying strength begins with the understanding that it is not something you acquire, it is something you uncover. Strength is already a part of who you are. It has been with you in every moment of triumph and struggle, silently guiding you forward. To embody it, you must first shift your perspective from one of lack to one of abundance. You are not weak, unworthy, or powerless. You are a being of infinite potential, capable of achieving greatness when you align with the truth of your existence. This alignment begins with belief. You must believe in your own strength, even if evidence to the contrary seems overwhelming. This belief is not a denial of your fears or doubts, but a conscious decision to rise above them. Fear and doubt are natural, they are part of the human experience. But they do not define you. What defines you is how you respond to them. When you choose to embody strength, you are choosing to trust in your ability to face any situation and emerge stronger for it. Feeling strong starts in the mind. Your thoughts shape your reality, and the narrative you tell yourself about who you are has the power to uplift or diminish you. If you constantly focus on your perceived weaknesses or failures, you will feel small and incapable. But when you consciously shift your focus to your achievements, your resilience, and the qualities that make you unique, you begin to feel the stirrings of strength within you. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend, offering encouragement and affirmation. Remind yourself of the times you have faced difficulty and persevered. Each of those moments is a testament to your strength, proof that you have what it takes to overcome. To embody the feeling of strength, you must also cultivate a sense of emotional mastery. Strength is not the absence of emotion, it is the ability to feel deeply and yet remain centered. Life will present you with experiences that challenge your emotional equilibrium, but you are not a prisoner to those emotions. Instead, you can acknowledge them, learn from them, and release them. This process requires self-awareness and compassion. It means allowing yourself to feel pain, anger, or sadness without judgment, but choosing not to dwell in those states. Strength is found in the ability to move through emotions rather than be consumed by them. Your body, too, is a vessel for strength. How you carry yourself physically can profoundly influence how you feel internally. Stand tall, shoulders back, and chin up. These simple adjustments to your posture signal confidence and capability to both your mind and the world around you. The connection between your physicality and your emotions is powerful. When you move through the world as though you are strong, you begin to feel that strength resonate within you. Engage in activities that make you feel physically empowered, whether it's exercise, dance, or simply walking with purpose. These actions reinforce the belief that strength is an integral part of who you are. Another key to embodying strength is embracing the power of choice. Life is full of situations beyond your control, but you always have the power to choose how you respond. This choice is where your strength resides. You can choose to see setbacks as opportunities for growth, to view challenges as stepping stones toward greater self-discovery. You can choose to let go of what no longer serves you and to pursue what aligns with your highest vision of yourself. Each choice, no matter how small, is an act of reclaiming your power and reinforcing your inner strength. Strength is also deeply connected to your sense of purpose. When you are clear about your goals and aligned with your values, you find the motivation to keep going even when the path is difficult. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you and let that clarity guide your actions. A sense of purpose gives you a reason to rise above obstacles, reminding you that your journey is meaningful and worthwhile. Embodying the feeling of strength requires faith, not necessarily in a higher power, though for some that can be a source of immense comfort, but in yourself and in the unfolding of life. Trust that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you are equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Faith is the anchor that steadies you when the waves of doubt threaten to pull you under. It is the voice within that says, "I may not see the way, but I know I will find it." When you embody strength, you do more than face life's challenges. You inspire others to find their own strength. Your presence becomes a beacon of resilience and courage, a living example of what is possible when you claim the power within you. Strength is not a destination, it is a way of being, a choice you make every day to show up fully, to embrace your challenges, and to walk through life with confidence and grace. It is a testament to the unyielding spirit that resides in all of us, waiting to be awakened. Embrace it, embody it, and watch as your world transforms in response. Detaching from the opinions of others is an act of profound liberation. It is the process of reclaiming your inner authority, choosing to live authentically rather than as a reflection of others' expectations or judgments. When you free yourself from the need for external validation, you step into a space of immense power and clarity, where your choices and self-worth are determined not by the fleeting perceptions of the outside world, but by the unwavering truth within. The opinions of others often serve as invisible chains, subtly influencing your decisions, beliefs, and even your sense of self. These opinions, whether spoken or implied, can create an illusion of authority over your life. They can lead you to doubt your instincts, alter your desires, and conform to a version of yourself that aligns more with societal approval than personal authenticity. Yet, the truth is that no one else has the power to define you. Their opinions are shaped by their own experiences, biases, and insecurities. They are reflections of their world, not yours. Detaching from these opinions begins with self-awareness. You must first recognize the ways in which the judgments of others influence you. Perhaps you hesitate to pursue a passion because you fear criticism, or you suppress aspects of your personality to fit in with a certain group. These compromises may seem small, but over time they accumulate, leading to a life that feels disconnected from your true self. By identifying these patterns, you shine a light on the ways in which you have given away your power, allowing you to reclaim it. At the heart of this detachment is the realization that approval and criticism are two sides of the same coin. When you seek validation from others, you also become vulnerable to their disapproval. This dependency creates a fragile sense of self, one that rises and falls with the ever-changing tides of opinion. True freedom lies in anchoring your self-worth in something unshakable: your own values, aspirations, and understanding of who you are. When you trust yourself, the opinions of others lose their power to sway you. Detaching from opinions does not mean ignoring feedback or isolating yourself from meaningful connections. It means discerning which voices to consider and which to let go. Constructive feedback, offered with kindness and rooted in genuine care, can help you grow. But unsolicited criticism or opinions laced with negativity often reveal more about the speaker than about you. Learning to distinguish between these types of input allows you to navigate relationships with grace while maintaining your sense of self. The process of detachment also requires courage. It takes bravery to step away from the familiar comfort of approval and to face the discomfort of being misunderstood or judged. Yet, this courage is what leads to true authenticity. When you prioritize your own values over the expectations of others, you may encounter resistance, but you will also discover the profound joy of living a life that feels true to you. This authenticity is not about rebellion for its own sake, it is about alignment with your highest self. An essential part of this journey is embracing the idea that not everyone will understand or agree with you, and that is okay. The world is vast and diverse, filled with countless perspectives and beliefs. Expecting universal approval is not only unrealistic but also unnecessary. The people who truly matter, those who see and appreciate you for who you are, will remain by your side, regardless of whether your choices align with their expectations. These are the relationships that nurture your growth and support your freedom. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for cultivating detachment. By staying present in the moment, you can observe the opinions of others without becoming entangled in them. When someone offers a judgment or criticism, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, does this opinion align with my values? Does it offer insight or simply reflect their perspective? This practice of reflection allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, preserving your inner peace. Another aspect of detachment is releasing the need to explain or justify your choices. When you feel secure in your decisions, you no longer seek approval to validate them. This self-assuredness is not arrogance, but a quiet confidence born of clarity and conviction. It is the understanding that your life is yours to live, shaped by your own journey and not by the expectations of others. The more you embrace this truth, the less you feel the need to seek permission or validation. Detaching from opinions also creates space for deeper self-discovery. When you are no longer preoccupied with meeting others' expectations, you can turn your focus inward. What do you truly desire? What brings you joy? What aligns with your values and vision for your life? These questions guide you toward a life that feels rich and meaningful, one that reflects your unique essence rather than a projection of others' ideals. In this space of self-discovery, you also find resilience. Detachment does not make you immune to criticism or unaffected by others' opinions, but it gives you the strength to navigate them without losing yourself. You become like a tree rooted deeply in the earth, bending with the wind of others' words, but never uprooted by them. This resilience is a testament to your growth and an affirmation of your inner strength. Detaching from the opinions of others is an act of love for yourself and for the authenticity that defines you. It is a declaration that your worth is not up for debate, that your dreams are not negotiable, and that your life is yours to live. As you release the weight of others' judgments, you will find that you walk taller, speak clearer, and move through the world with a sense of freedom and peace that is truly transformative. To act with intention is to move through life with purpose and clarity, aligning your actions with your deepest values and desires. It is a practice of mindfulness and self-awareness that transforms every choice into a meaningful step toward your highest vision of yourself. Acting with intention is not about perfection or rigidity, it is about living deliberately, ensuring that what you do and how you do it are in harmony with the life you wish to create. In a world that often moves at a relentless pace, it is easy to fall into the trap of acting out of habit or reaction. Days can pass in a blur of routine, where decisions are made on autopilot, influenced more by external circumstances than by internal resolve. Yet when you act without intention, you lose the opportunity to fully engage with the present moment and to steer your life in a direction that aligns with your goals. Acting with intention begins with a conscious decision to pause, reflect, and choose deliberately rather than react impulsively. The foundation of intentional action lies in clarity. Before you can act with purpose, you must know what you want and why you want it. This clarity comes from self-reflection, an honest examination of your values, goals, and priorities. What truly matters to you? What kind of life do you want to lead? What impact do you wish to have on the world around you? These questions are not always easy to answer, but they are essential. The more clarity you gain, the more your actions will naturally align with your intentions. Acting with intention also requires presence. To be intentional, you must be fully aware of the moment you are in. Presence allows you to focus on what you are doing, why you are doing it, and how it contributes to your larger purpose. When you are present, you become more attuned to the choices before you and the potential consequences of those choices. This awareness empowers you to act in ways that reflect your true self rather than being swayed by distractions or the expectations of others. Intentionality transforms even the smallest actions into meaningful expressions of your values. Consider something as simple as a conversation with a loved one. When you act with intention, you approach the conversation with mindfulness and care, listening deeply and speaking thoughtfully. This deliberate approach fosters connection and understanding, turning an everyday interaction into a moment of genuine significance. Acting with intention in the small things sets the tone for living with purpose in the larger aspects of life. At its core, acting with intention is a declaration of self-respect. It is a statement that your time, energy, and focus are valuable and that you will not squander them on activities or commitments that do not serve your highest good. This does not mean avoiding responsibility or shirking obligations. Rather, it means approaching them with a mindset of purpose. Even tasks that seem mundane or routine can become opportunities to practice intention when you infuse them with a sense of purpose and presence. One of the most profound aspects of acting with intention is its ability to cultivate alignment. When your actions are intentional, they align with your beliefs and aspirations, creating a sense of harmony between who you are and what you do. This alignment fosters inner peace and confidence, as you no longer feel torn between conflicting desires or pulled in directions that do not resonate with your truth. Instead, your life becomes a reflection of your authentic self, and every step you take feels meaningful and deliberate. Acting with intention also requires discipline. It is easy to be swept away by distractions, procrastination, or the pull of instant gratification, but intentionality calls for focus and commitment. It asks you to prioritize what truly matters and to let go of what does not serve you. This discipline is not about rigidity or denying yourself joy. It is about making choices that support your long-term growth and fulfillment. The more you practice this discipline, the more natural it becomes to act with intention in every aspect of your life. Another key element of intentional action is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances often shift in ways you cannot control. Acting with intention does not mean clinging to a fixed plan. It means being flexible and adjusting your actions while staying true to your values and purpose. This adaptability allows you to navigate challenges with grace, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth and learning. When you act with intention, even setbacks become part of your journey, guiding you toward greater clarity and resilience. Acting with intention also impacts your relationships. When you approach others with mindfulness and purpose, you create connections built on trust, respect, and authenticity. People are drawn to those who live with intention because it signals integrity and self-awareness. By acting with intention in your interactions, you inspire others to do the same, fostering a ripple effect of purposeful living in your community and beyond. To act with intention is to honor the life you have been given. It is a commitment to live fully and authentically, making choices that reflect your deepest values and aspirations. It is a practice of aligning your inner world with your outer actions, creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Acting with intention is not always easy. It requires effort, reflection, and courage, but it is profoundly rewarding. As you cultivate this practice, you will find that your actions carry more weight, your days hold more significance, and your life becomes a true expression of the person you are meant to be. Stillness is a profound and transformative state that allows you to connect with the deeper layers of your being. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and constant activity, cultivating stillness can feel both elusive and revolutionary. Yet, within stillness lies the key to clarity, peace, and an unshakable sense of purpose. It is not merely the absence of movement or noise, it is the presence of awareness, a conscious state where you can hear the whispers of your soul and align with your highest self. The practice of cultivating stillness begins with a willingness to pause. This pause is an act of defiance against the relentless pace of modern life, where productivity and busyness are often equated with success. By choosing to pause, even momentarily, you create space to step back from the chaos and tune into your inner world. In this space, you begin to recognize that much of the noise that surrounds you is not essential. It is a distraction, pulling your attention away from the things that truly matter. Stillness invites you to become an observer of your own mind. As you sit quietly without judgment or expectation, you notice the thoughts that arise. They may be fleeting or persistent, uplifting or unsettling, but in the stillness you learn to watch them without becoming entangled in them. This detachment is not about ignoring your thoughts or emotions. It is about recognizing that they are not the entirety of who you are. Beneath the stream of mental chatter lies a deeper awareness, steady, peaceful, and unchanging. Through stillness you cultivate presence. When you are still, you are fully in the moment, free from the pull of the past and the anxieties of the future. This presence allows you to see life as it truly is, rather than through the filters of regret or anticipation. You become more attuned to the beauty and simplicity of the present moment, finding joy in the small, often overlooked details of life. Whether it is the sound of the wind, the rhythm of your breath, or the light of the setting sun, stillness helps you appreciate the here and now. Stillness is not something you achieve by force, it is something you allow. The more you try to quiet your mind or make yourself still, the more elusive it becomes. Instead, stillness arises naturally when you create the conditions for it. This might involve setting aside time each day to meditate, sit in silence, or engage in a mindful activity like walking in nature or journaling. Over time, these practices train your mind to settle, and stillness becomes a familiar and welcoming state. One of the greatest gifts of stillness is its ability to bring clarity. In the stillness, the noise of the world fades, and the answers you seek begin to surface. Conditions that once felt overwhelming become clear, not because the external situation has changed, but because your perspective has shifted. Stillness allows you to distinguish between the voice of fear and the voice of intuition, helping you to act from a place of wisdom rather than reactivity. It also fosters resilience. When you are still, you connect with an inner strength that is not dependent on external circumstances. Life's challenges, uncertainties, and setbacks no longer feel as overwhelming because you have cultivated a place of peace within yourself. This inner stillness becomes a refuge, a source of stability that you can return to whenever the world around you feels chaotic. It reminds you that while you cannot control everything that happens, you can always control how you respond. As you cultivate stillness, you may also notice a deepening of your relationships. Stillness teaches you to listen not just to the words of others, but to the emotions, intentions, and unspoken truths beneath them. This attentive listening fosters connection and understanding, strengthening your bonds with the people around you. When you approach interactions from a place of stillness, you bring a sense of calm and presence that others naturally respond to. It is not confined to moments of solitude, it can infuse your entire way of being. Even in the midst of activity, you can carry a sense of inner stillness with you. This might look like approaching a busy day with calm focus, or responding to a stressful situation with patience and composure. The stillness within you becomes a steady anchor, grounding you regardless of what is happening externally. Cultivating stillness is not about escaping the world, it is about engaging with it more fully. When you are still, you connect with the deeper truths of existence, the interconnectedness of all things, the abundance of the present moment, and the vast potential that lies within you. This connection transforms how you see yourself and the world, fostering a sense of gratitude, purpose, and awe. Stillness is a practice of coming home to yourself. In the quiet, you rediscover who you are beyond the roles you play, the labels you wear, and the expectations placed upon you. You remember that you are not defined by the rush of life or the opinions of others. Instead, you are a being of infinite potential, capable of creating and experiencing profound peace and joy. As you cultivate stillness, you step into this truth, allowing it to guide you toward a life of greater clarity, purpose, and fulfillment. To recognize your divine identity is to awaken to the profound truth of your existence. You are more than flesh and bone, more than the sum of your experiences, and more than the labels the world assigns to you. You are an expression of the infinite, a being imbued with the essence of creation itself. This realization is not merely a lofty idea or spiritual ideal, it is a transformative awakening that shifts the way you see yourself, others, and the world. It is the foundation for living a life of purpose, power, and peace. Your divine identity begins with the understanding that you are not separate from the source of all that is. Whether you call this source God, the universe, or the infinite, it is not something outside of you. It is the very essence of your being. Just as a wave is not separate from the ocean, you are not separate from the infinite creative force that permeates everything. This truth is often obscured by the illusions of the physical world, illusions of limitation, lack, and separation. Yet, beneath these illusions lies your true nature, eternal, boundless, and whole. To recognize your divine identity, you must first release the false beliefs that cloud your perception. These beliefs may have been shaped by societal conditioning, past experiences, or the opinions of others. They tell you that you are small, powerless, or unworthy. But these are not truths, they are distortions. The first step in reclaiming your divine identity is to challenge and dismantle these limiting narratives. Ask yourself, who am I beyond these stories? What is the truth of my being? The answers to these questions will lead you closer to your divine essence. Your divine identity is not something you need to earn or achieve, it is your birthright. It has always been within you, waiting to be acknowledged. Recognizing this identity is not about becoming something new, it is about remembering who you already are. This remembrance often comes in moments of stillness, when the noise of the world fades and you connect with the quiet presence within. In these moments you may feel a sense of peace, love, or expansiveness that defies explanation. That is the spark of your divine nature, reminding you of your true self. Living from your divine identity transforms how you see yourself. You begin to understand that you are not defined by your past, your circumstances, or even your achievements. These are aspects of your human experience, but they do not encompass the totality of who you are. When you recognize your divine nature, you see yourself as limitless, capable of creating and experiencing far more than you once thought possible. You no longer view challenges as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. You approach life with a sense of confidence and trust, knowing that the same creative power that shaped the stars flows through you. This recognition also transforms how you see others. When you understand your own divine nature, you begin to see that same divinity in everyone around you. You realize that all beings are interconnected, each a unique expression of the same infinite source. This awareness fosters compassion, forgiveness, and unity. It becomes harder to judge or harbor resentment because you see beyond the surface level differences and recognize the shared essence that unites all of humanity. This shift in perspective can heal relationships, deepen connections, and create a profound sense of harmony in your interactions. Your divine identity is also the key to manifesting the life you desire. When you operate from this awareness, you align with the creative force of the universe. You no longer see yourself as a passive observer of life, but as an active participant in its unfolding. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs become the tools with which you shape your reality. By aligning these tools with the truth of your divine nature, you step into your role as a creator, bringing your visions and desires into existence with grace and ease. Recognizing your divine identity also brings a sense of purpose. You understand that your life is not random or meaningless, it is part of a greater tapestry, intricately woven with intention and love. Your unique talents, passions, and experiences are not accidental, they are the gifts you bring to the world. Living from your divine identity means embracing these gifts and using them to contribute to the collective good. This sense of purpose infuses your life with meaning, joy, and fulfillment. At times it may feel challenging to maintain this awareness, especially in a world that often emphasizes fear, division, and limitation. But recognizing your divine identity is not about perfection, it is about persistence. It is a practice of remembering, moment by moment, the truth of who you are. Even when you stumble or forget, the spark of divinity within you remains unchanged. Each day is an opportunity to reconnect with this truth, to realign with your essence, and to live from a place of love and empowerment. In recognizing your divine identity, you also come to understand the boundless potential of your life. You are not here to merely survive, you are here to thrive, to create, and to experience the fullness of existence. You are here to express the unique light that only you can bring into the world. When you live from this awareness, you become a beacon of inspiration for others, reminding them of their own divine nature. Recognizing your divine identity is the greatest act of love you can offer yourself. It is a declaration that you are enough, just as you are. It is an acknowledgement of your worthiness, your beauty, and your infinite potential. This recognition is not just a belief, it is a lived experience that transforms every aspect of your life. It is an awakening to the truth that you are and have always been divine. Ladies and gentlemen, beloved, you may find yourself standing in the midst of a storm, where every corner of your life seems to be overshadowed by hardship. Yet I urge you to remember this truth: God works best in the impossible. When your back is against the wall and the way seems blocked, this is when the miraculous begins to unfold. Faith is not just hope, it is the assurance of things unseen. Close your eyes to the circumstances around you and open the eyes of your imagination. See the resolution of your problem as already complete. Speak with the authority of one who knows their prayer has already been answered. Declare, this too shall pass, and I am victorious. In the invisible is the cornerstone of every miracle, every triumph, and every transformation in life. It is not merely a passive belief, but an active, vibrant force that transcends the seen and draws upon the unseen to manifest what is desired. Faith is not limited by physical senses, it operates in the realm of the eternal, where all possibilities exist. To have faith in the invisible is to recognize that the tangible world is but a shadow cast by the intangible. What you see with your eyes is only a fraction of the greater reality that lies within and beyond you. When faced with trials and challenges, the temptation is to focus solely on the problem at hand. The human mind often seeks evidence in the physical world to confirm its fears or doubts. Yet faith requires you to look beyond the visible circumstances and trust in a power that is not only greater than the situation but also infinitely loving and capable. Faith whispers that what you desire already exists in the unseen realm, and that your role is to align with it, not to doubt its presence or possibility. The invisible realm is not an abstract concept, it is the foundation of all that is visible. Every invention, every work of art, and every achievement began as an idea, an image in someone's mind, long before it took physical form. In the same way, your desires are seeds planted in the soil of the invisible. Faith is the water and sunlight that nurtures those seeds, causing them to grow and bear fruit in your life. Without faith, those seeds remain dormant, unrealized potential buried beneath the weight of fear and disbelief. It is not bound by logic or reason. It does not require the approval of circumstances or the validation of others. It simply is. It moves with a quiet assurance that defies doubt, a certainty that what is unseen is more real and enduring than what is seen. This is the essence of faith: to trust in the invisible as though it were visible, to know that the unseen is more reliable than the fleeting appearances of the material world. Many struggle to hold on to faith in difficult times because they measure reality by what they can observe. They see lack and assume it must define their life. They encounter obstacles and conclude they are insurmountable. Yet the power of faith lies in its ability to look beyond the immediate and grasp the eternal truth that all things are possible to the one who believes. The moment you align your inner vision with the reality of your desired outcome, you activate a power that begins to rearrange the seen world to match the unseen truth. does not demand that you deny the existence of challenges. It asks that you deny them the power to define your destiny. When you walk by faith, you refuse to allow temporary circumstances to dictate your perspective. You understand that the invisible is eternal, and the visible is subject to change. What is seen today can be transformed tomorrow by the force of your unwavering belief. To cultivate faith in the invisible, you must first quiet the noise of doubt and fear. Doubt is the voice of limitation, the echo of past failures or unmet expectations. But faith is the voice of infinite possibility, reminding you that your current reality is not the final word. To believe in the invisible is to claim your role as a co-creator with God, shaping your life not by what is but by what can be. So, visualization is a powerful tool in the practice of faith. Close your eyes and see the outcome you desire as though it has already come to pass. Feel the joy, the relief, and the gratitude of having received it. This act of imagining is not mere wishful thinking. It is the act of summoning the invisible into visibility. As you hold this image in your mind and nourish it with faith, you will find that opportunities, resources, and solutions begin to appear, often in ways you could not have foreseen. Faith in the invisible also requires patience. The timing of manifestation is not always under your control, but your trust in the process must remain steadfast. Impatience often leads to doubt, which can derail the very miracle you seek. Instead, rest in the assurance that the unseen forces are at work on your behalf. Just as a seed planted in the ground takes time to sprout and grow, so too does the fulfillment of your faith. Faith in the invisible is an act of surrender. It is the recognition that you are not alone, that a divine intelligence is working in harmony with your desires to bring about the highest good. When you release the need to see immediate results and simply trust, you create space for miracles to unfold. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Trust in it, and you will discover that the invisible is far more powerful than anything you can perceive with your eyes. It is in the invisible that the greatest transformations begin. Imagination is the divine gift that allows you to transcend your current circumstances and shape a reality of your choosing. It is the birthplace of all transformation, the silent architect of dreams realized. Everything that exists in the world today began in the mind of someone who dared to imagine it first. Your imagination is not a fleeting daydream or idle fancy. It is the powerful seed from which transformation grows. Within it lies the key to changing not only your outer world, but also your inner state of being. Transformation begins in the mind. The circumstances of your life, no matter how entrenched or challenging they may seem, are but a reflection of your inner world. When you shift your focus from the external to the internal, you take control of the creative process that shapes your destiny. Imagination is the tool through which this process unfolds. By consciously imagining the life you desire, you plant the seed for its eventual manifestation. Many people underestimate the power of imagination because they are accustomed to viewing it as mere fantasy. Yet the imagination is far more than that. It is the bridge between the spiritual and the physical, the unseen and the seen. When you engage your imagination, you are aligning yourself with the infinite possibilities that exist in the realm of the unseen. You are summoning those possibilities into being by visualizing them with clarity and conviction. To understand the transformative power of imagination, consider the act of planting a seed. A gardener plants a seed in the soil, knowing it contains the potential to grow into a tree, a flower, or a fruitful plant. The gardener cannot see the tree within the seed, but they trust in its potential and care for it accordingly. Similarly, when you imagine a better reality for yourself, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Your consistent focus, belief, and emotional investment in that image act as the sunlight and water that nurture it into fruition. Imagination requires you to step outside the limitations of your current reality. It asks you to see not what is, but what can be. This act of envisioning requires faith not in external circumstances, but in your inherent ability to create change. When you imagine your desires as already fulfilled, you begin to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with that reality. This alignment sets into motion unseen forces that work to bring your imagined vision into physical existence. One of the greatest challenges in harnessing the power of imagination is overcoming doubt. Doubt arises from a reliance on the senses, which often tell you that your current situation is fixed and unchangeable. But the truth is that reality is malleable, shaped by the thoughts you hold most consistently. To transform your life, you must train your mind to focus on what you desire rather than what you fear. Imagination is the tool that allows you to make this shift. By repeatedly visualizing your desired outcome, you reprogram your subconscious mind to accept it as your new reality. Emotion plays a critical role in the process of imagination. It is not enough to merely see the image of what you want, you must feel it as though it is already yours. Emotion adds energy to the vision, giving it the vitality needed to grow and take shape in the physical world. When you imagine with feeling, you create a vibrational match between your inner state and your desired outcome. This harmony attracts circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with your vision. The act of imagination is also an act of liberation. It frees you from the constraints of the past and allows you to step into a future of your own design. No matter what you have experienced, no matter how many times you have failed, your imagination remains an untapped reservoir of possibility. Each time you use it to envision a better life, you rewrite the narrative of who you are and what you are capable of achieving. Transformation through imagination is not an overnight process. Just as a seed takes time to grow, so too does the manifestation of your desires. Patience and persistence are essential. Do not allow the absence of immediate results to discourage you. Trust that the seed you have planted is growing beneath the surface, even if you cannot yet see the evidence. Continue to nurture it with your thoughts, your faith, and your unwavering belief in its eventual fruition. Imagination is your greatest ally in the journey of transformation. It empowers you to rise above your current circumstances and create a life that reflects your deepest desires. By engaging your imagination daily, you align yourself with the creative force that governs the universe. Remember, what you consistently imagine, you will eventually experience. So dream boldly, imagine vividly, and trust in the transformative power that lies within you. The seed you plant in your imagination today will become the reality you live tomorrow. The world around you is a reflection of your inner state. What you consistently feel and believe shapes your experiences and circumstances. By living in the end, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the outcome you wish to experience. This alignment sends a clear signal to the universe, activating the forces necessary to bring your vision into being. It is as if you are tuning into a frequency where your desire already exists, allowing it to manifest in your life. Many people struggle with living in the end because they are conditioned to react to the evidence of their senses. They see lack, struggle, or delay and allow those external conditions to dictate their feelings and beliefs. But the key to living in the end is to reverse this process. Instead of letting your external circumstances shape your inner state, let your inner conviction shape your external reality. This shift requires faith and imagination, as you must trust in the unseen before it becomes visible. The emotional aspect of living in the end is equally important. It is not enough to visualize your desire, you must also feel it. Emotion is the energy that brings your vision to life. When you feel gratitude, joy, or relief, as though your wish has been fulfilled, you align your vibration with the frequency of that outcome. This emotional alignment creates a powerful resonance between your inner world and the reality you seek to manifest. Living in the end also requires persistence. The world around you may not immediately reflect the new reality you are creating. There may be moments of doubt or discouragement when it seems as though nothing is changing. But in those moments, it is crucial to remain steadfast in your inner conviction. Do not waver in your belief or allow temporary appearances to sway you. Remember that the physical world is a delayed reflection of your inner state. Continue to live in the end, knowing that what you feel and believe within will eventually materialize without. This practice is not about forcing outcomes or manipulating circumstances. It is about surrendering to the truth that your desire is already fulfilled on a higher level. When you live in the end, you let go of the need to control every detail or figure out the how. You trust that the same power that inspired your desire will orchestrate its fulfillment in perfect timing and in ways you could not have imagined. Your only task is to remain aligned with the feeling of fulfillment. Living in the end is an act of faith, a declaration that the reality you seek is not only possible, but inevitable. It is a way of being that transcends the limitations of time and space, allowing you to draw the future into the present. As you embody the state of your fulfilled desire, you become a magnet for the people, opportunities, and circumstances that align with that reality. The beauty of living in the end is that it transforms you from within. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from doubt to confidence, from fear to love. As you practice this way of living, you discover a profound truth. You are not waiting for your desires to be fulfilled. They are waiting for you to realize they are already yours. The present moment is the most powerful space you can ever occupy. It is not simply a fleeting instant in time, it is a doorway to all that is real, vibrant, and transformative. In the present moment, you are free from the limitations of the past and the uncertainties of the future. It is where your true power resides, where your awareness connects with the infinite, and where life reveals its fullest potential. To fully embrace the present is to step into the realm of creation, where you can shape your reality with clarity, intention, and purpose. Many people live their lives caught in the illusion of time, their minds constantly replaying past events or projecting into an imagined future. They dwell on regrets, failures, or disappointments from the past, or worry about outcomes and possibilities that may never come to pass. This mental habit robs them of the richness and vitality of the present moment, the only place where life actually happens. The past exists only as a memory, and the future is but a possibility shaped by what you do now. By anchoring yourself in the present, you reclaim your power and begin to live authentically. The present moment holds the key to freedom, because it is untouched by the constraints of time. When you immerse yourself fully in the now, you transcend the burdens of what has been and the anxieties of what might be. This is not a passive state of being, but an active and conscious choice to focus your awareness on the here and now. It requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to let go of distractions and fully engage with the moment before you. In the present moment, you access the fullness of life itself. Every breath, every sensation, every thought is imbued with significance when you are truly present. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, and you find that joy is not dependent on external circumstances, but arises naturally from within. When you stop chasing after happiness or resisting discomfort, you discover a profound peace that comes from simply being. This peace is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of awareness that allows you to navigate life with grace and resilience. The present moment is also the space where creativity flourishes. When your mind is not clouded by the past or the future, you open yourself to inspiration and insight. Ideas flow effortlessly, and solutions to problems reveal themselves. This is because the present moment connects you with a deeper intelligence, a universal wisdom that transcends the limitations of your thinking mind. By grounding yourself in the now, you align with this intelligence and allow it to guide your actions and decisions. To enter the present moment fully, you must cultivate awareness. Awareness is the ability to observe your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment or attachment. It is the practice of noticing what is, rather than reacting to what was or anticipating what will be. This requires mindfulness, a conscious attention to the present that brings your mind and body into harmony. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply pausing to appreciate your surroundings, mindfulness helps you access the power of the now. One of the greatest barriers to living in the present is resistance. The mind often resists what it perceives as unpleasant or uncomfortable, seeking instead to escape into distractions or fantasies. Yet, resistance only amplifies suffering. So, by accepting the present moment as it is, without wishing it were different, you dissolve the tension created by resistance. Acceptance does not mean resignation, it means fully embracing reality as the starting point for change and growth. The present moment is also the doorway to manifestation. Whatever you desire, a loving relationship, a fulfilling career, or greater health, begins with how you think and feel right now. When you focus your thoughts and emotions on what you want, as though it is already yours, you set the creative process in motion. The energy of your present state ripples out into the world, attracting experiences and circumstances that match your vibration. By living consciously in the present, you take ownership of this creative power. Living in the present moment does not mean ignoring the lessons of the past or neglecting to plan for the future. Rather, it means using the now as the foundation for all you do. The insights gained from past experiences inform your actions, and the visions you hold for the future give direction to your present efforts. But neither the past nor the future holds power over you. Only the now is real, and only the now can be acted upon. The present moment is a gift. It is the portal through which you experience life in its fullness. By embracing it with openness and gratitude, you unlock the limitless potential within yourself. The doorway to joy, peace, and transformation is always available to you. Step through it, and you will find that everything you seek has been waiting for you in the now. Hard situations often feel like insurmountable obstacles, moments of despair that leave us questioning why such challenges are placed in our path. Yet, these very struggles are not random or purposeless. They are divine preparations, carefully orchestrated to shape, refine, and strengthen you for the journey ahead. What may seem like adversity is, in fact, an invitation to grow, an opportunity to align more deeply with the truth of who you are and the purpose you are here to fulfill. Life's most profound transformations rarely occur in comfort. It is in the crucible of difficulty that the soul is tempered. Hard situations strip away illusions, exposing the core of your being and revealing the strength, resilience, and wisdom that have always been within you. They compel you to look inward, to draw upon resources you may not have realized you possessed. What feels like breaking is often the process of breaking open a necessary step for expansion and renewal. When faced with hardship, it is natural to ask, why is this happening to me? But a more empowering question is, what is this teaching me? Every challenge carries a lesson, a hidden blessing that becomes apparent only when you are willing to see beyond the surface of your pain. Perhaps it is teaching patience, resilience, or the importance of faith. Perhaps it is redirecting you from a path that no longer serves you toward one that aligns with your higher purpose. Whatever the lesson, trust that it is not arbitrary. It is a divine preparation for the greater things to come. Consider the seed planted deep in the soil. Before it can grow into a thriving plant, it must first endure the darkness, the weight of the earth pressing down upon it. The seed does not resist this process, it surrenders to it, knowing that the very conditions that seem to confine it are the same ones that nurture its growth. Similarly, the difficulties you face are not there to destroy you, but to prepare you for the light that awaits on the other side. Hard situations often reveal what truly matters. They strip away distractions and superficial concerns, forcing you to focus on what is essential. In doing so, they realign your priorities and clarify your purpose. You may discover strength you never knew you had, a deeper connection to your faith, or a renewed sense of gratitude for the simple blessings in life. These moments of clarity are gifts born from the fires of adversity. Resistance to hardship only amplifies suffering. When you fight against what is, you create inner turmoil that prevents you from seeing the higher purpose behind your struggles. But when you surrender not in defeat, but in trust, you open yourself to divine guidance. Surrender does not mean giving up, it means releasing the need to control outcomes and trusting that there is a greater plan at work. It means believing that even in the midst of difficulty, everything is unfolding for your highest good. Faith is the anchor that steadies you in the storm. When life feels overwhelming, it is faith that reminds you that you are never alone. The same divine force that created you is with you in every moment, guiding you, supporting you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. This force does not test you to punish you, it challenges you to grow, to evolve, and to step into the fullness of your potential. Trust that every tear, every struggle, and every setback is part of a divine preparation that is leading you to something greater. Perspective is key. When you shift your focus from the pain of the moment to the possibilities it holds, you begin to see your challenges in a new light. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How is this preparing me for what I desire?" Such a shift transforms hardship into a catalyst for growth. It empowers you to face difficulties with courage, knowing that they are not obstacles but stepping stones to a richer, more meaningful life. The divine never places a burden upon you without also equipping you to bear it. Trust that within every hardship lies the seed of transformation, waiting to bloom into something extraordinary. Life's difficulties are not barriers to your progress, they are invitations to rise, to trust, and to become. Embrace them with an open heart, knowing that they are preparing you for the blessings and breakthroughs that await. In the end, you will find that the hardest moments were not the end of your journey, but the beginning of something far greater than you could have imagined. Your words hold an extraordinary power, far greater than you may realize. They are not merely sounds or symbols, they are the creative force of life itself. What you speak over your life has the power to shape your reality, to transform your circumstances, and to align you with the life you desire. When you speak life into your circumstances, you activate a divine principle that shifts the energy of your world and sets miracles into motion. In the midst of challenges, it is tempting to speak words of despair, frustration, or defeat. But to do so is to breathe life into those very conditions. The words you choose in difficult times are not inconsequential. They are a declaration of what you believe and an invitation for more of the same. Complaining or lamenting strengthens the chains that bind you, while words of faith, hope, and affirmation have the power to break them. Speaking life begins with acknowledging the creative power of your tongue. Each word you utter carries energy, shaping the invisible realm that surrounds you. When you say, "I am blessed," you set the stage for blessings to manifest. When you declare, "I am strong," you summon strength into your being. These are not empty affirmations, they are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe, waiting to grow into tangible realities. To speak life into your circumstances, you must first align your words with your desired outcome. Speak not of what you fear, but of what you seek. If you are in the midst of financial hardship, resist the urge to say, "I am broke." Instead, affirm, "Abundance flows to me with ease." If you feel overwhelmed by difficulties, do not declare, "I can't handle this." Instead, say, "I am equipped to overcome every challenge." Your words are like a compass, guiding your thoughts and emotions toward the reality you wish to create. It is not enough to merely say the words, you must believe in their power. Speaking life requires faith, a deep conviction that what you declare is already on its way to becoming real. This faith is not wishful thinking, it is an unshakable trust in the unseen, a knowing that the universe responds to your energy and intention. When you speak words of life, you align yourself with the divine flow, creating a harmony between your inner world and your external circumstances. The practice of speaking life is especially powerful in moments of darkness. When faced with adversity, your words become a beacon of light that cuts through the fog of uncertainty. Instead of focusing on the problem, shift your attention to the solution. Speak as though the answer is already yours. If you are struggling with a health challenge, declare, "I am healed, whole, and vibrant." If you are navigating a season of loneliness, affirm, "I am surrounded by love and meaningful connections." By speaking in alignment with the reality you wish to experience, you draw that reality closer to you. Speaking life also requires intentionality. Pay attention to the words you speak, not only about yourself but also about others and the world around you. Words of criticism, judgment, or negativity create a ripple effect, reinforcing the very energies you may wish to avoid. Instead, choose words that uplift, encourage, and inspire. Speak blessings over others, and you will find that blessings return to you. Say, "The best is yet to come," not only for yourself but for those around you. This creates an atmosphere of possibility and hope, both within and beyond you. In addition to spoken words, the silent conversations you have with yourself are equally important. Your inner dialogue shapes your beliefs, your emotions, and ultimately your actions. Speak life to yourself, even in your thoughts. Replace self-doubt with self-belief, fear with faith, and despair with hope. Tell yourself, "I am worthy, capable, and destined for greatness." As you consistently speak life within, you will begin to see its reflection in the world around you. Speaking life is not about denying reality, but about choosing how to interpret and respond to it. You may see obstacles, but speak of opportunities. You may face setbacks, but speak of comebacks. By focusing your words on possibility and growth, you reframe your circumstances and open the door to divine intervention. The universe listens to your words, and when you speak life, it moves in ways that align with your declarations. The power to transform your life is already within you. It is in the words you speak, the thoughts you think, and the faith you carry. Speak life into your circumstances today, no matter how bleak they may seem. Choose words that reflect the reality you desire, and watch as the universe begins to conspire in your favor. The creative force of your words can turn mourning into joy, lack into abundance, and despair into hope. Speak boldly, speak faithfully, and speak with the confidence that your words are a divine instrument, shaping the life you are meant to live. Trusting the process and releasing the how are among the most profound acts of faith one can embody. Life is filled with desires, aspirations, and goals, and it is natural to want to understand every step that will lead you from where you are to where you wish to be. Yet, the most transformative experiences in life often require surrendering this need for control and trusting in the unfolding of events. Trusting the process is about letting go of the specifics and allowing the greater intelligence of life, the divine, the universe, or whatever name you give it, to guide the way. The urge to control stems from a place of fear. We fear uncertainty, and so we seek to map out every detail, believing that if we can just figure out the how, we can guarantee success. But this approach is often counterproductive. It limits our perspective and closes us off to possibilities that exist beyond our understanding. When you insist on knowing exactly how your desire will manifest, you may unknowingly block the very paths that could lead you there. Trusting the process means recognizing that the how is not your responsibility, it belongs to the divine order that orchestrates all things. When you plant a seed in the ground, you do not dig it up each day to check if it is growing. You trust the process of nature. You water the seed, ensure it has sunlight, and then leave the rest to forces beyond your control. Similarly, in life, your role is to plant the seeds of your desires through intention, action, and belief. Once you have done this, you must release the need to micromanage the unfolding. Trust that life knows how to bring your desires to fruition, often in ways far greater than you could have imagined. Releasing the how requires faith in the unseen. It is an acknowledgement that there is a higher intelligence at work, one that operates with perfect timing and wisdom. What you desire is already on its way, but it may not come through the channels you expect. When you cling to a specific path or method, you limit the universe's ability to surprise you. Trusting the process means remaining open, allowing the infinite possibilities of creation to reveal themselves. This trust does not mean passivity. It is not about sitting idly by and waiting for life to happen. Instead, it is about aligning your actions with your intentions and then stepping back to allow the divine flow to take over. Imagine rowing a boat downstream with the current. You still have a role to play. You must steer and row, but you are not fighting against the flow. Trusting the process is much like this. It involves active participation while letting the current of life carry you forward. Challenges and setbacks are a natural part of the process, and they often serve a greater purpose. When things do not go as planned, it is easy to fall into doubt, questioning whether your desires will ever come to pass. But trust requires patience and perspective. What feels like a detour may actually be a shortcut, a redirection that leads you to something even better than what you had envisioned. Trusting the process means believing that every experience, even the difficult ones, is contributing to your growth and leading you closer to your ultimate goal. One of the greatest barriers to releasing the how is the illusion of control. We often believe that by worrying, strategizing, or overanalyzing we can force outcomes. But control is an illusion. The most profound shifts and breakthroughs in life often occur when we let go. Releasing the how is not about giving up on your desires. It is about releasing the mental and emotional strain that comes from trying to force outcomes. This release creates space for miracles to occur. Trusting the process also means embracing the present moment. The how often pulls us into the future, making us anxious about what is to come. But the process is happening now, in this moment. By focusing on the present, you allow yourself to experience the journey fully, rather than rushing through it in pursuit of the destination. Trust that each step you take is part of a divine plan, even if you cannot yet see the entire path. When you trust the process, you align yourself with the flow of life. This alignment brings peace, clarity, and a sense of ease. You no longer need to carry the burden of figuring everything out. Instead, you can rest in the assurance that life is working for you, not against you. Release the how, and you will find that the universe responds with grace and precision, orchestrating events in ways that are beyond your comprehension. Trusting the process is a practice, one that requires patience and persistence. There will be moments of doubt, but each time you choose trust over fear, you strengthen your connection to the divine. Life's greatest gifts often come when you least expect them, delivered in ways you could never have planned. Trust the process, release the how, and watch as life unfolds in ways that are not only beautiful but also perfectly aligned with the highest version of yourself. In life, the greatest transformation occurs when we embrace trust, release control, and speak life into our circumstances. By understanding the creative power of our imagination, faith, and words, we align ourselves with the divine flow that guides every step of our journey. Challenges become stepping stones, and the present moment becomes our doorway to miracles. When we let go of the how and trust the process, we open ourselves to infinite possibilities far greater than we could have ever envisioned. You have the power within you to shape your reality, overcome obstacles, and manifest the life you desire. Trust in the unseen, believe in your worthiness, and remain steadfast in your faith. Life is not happening to you, it is responding to you. Embrace this truth, live boldly, and let your trust in the divine order lead you to a life of abundance, peace, and fulfillment. Thank you for joining in this reflection, and may you walk forward with renewed confidence, faith, and grace. Remember, the universe is always conspiring in your favor.